Hi, it's Friday. I was gonna say February. It's not February. It's March. It's March 14th. So hello and welcome back. We're gonna talk about the crafty things that I did this week. Um, I've actually been fairly busy, which is nice, but trousers. But also, I mean, I love cross stitch, but it is so small, so that's fun. It's all right. Um, I have my brother's dog with me, so if I am like yelling at Trousers, it's because he's a good boy, but he's a ding ding. Trousers, come here. He is this. Oh, he is not having it. He's this handsome little fella. Hi, Trousers. And he keeps trying to know Pancake biblically. Pancake is not here for it. So that's been fun. He is one. Juno's 2.5 and Pancake is 1.5. So they've been pretty good. He's just a little stressed out. My brother and his family are on vacation. So he's hanging out with us for a weekish. He'll be good. He'll be fine. Having coffee because always coffee. I wish it was wine, but it's 2 in the afternoon and I don't need to be drinking. So it's fine. So we got coffee, we got water. Good to go. Try not to do too much of either of those while we're here together. I will probably mess with my hair a whole bunch though, because that's my MO. And if you hear a lot of snorting, that is Trousers. He's a good boy. He's just a ding ding. All right, we're gonna put this over to the side. I don't have any finishes, and that's okay. Things that I have been working on. There's actually like a lot. I have, we're sitting at my kitchen table just because it is so much easier to show you things if they're all like within reach as opposed to like sitting on my couch, which is fine. For yarn, I did finish this cake. I actually really, really love this. So this is the Abigail baby blanket. And it's got like the Celtic weave, which you can see, and then the arrow. So I'm on the second round of Celtic. And there's 3 rows of it, so I'm on the second. I need to tie in the next cake, but haven't done that because I want to start one in pink color. So I absolutely love the texture of this, and I'm super stoked to finish it. I just got the invitation to the baby shower that this baby is for. It's at the end of April, so I'll have that done in plenty of time. The other one I want to start, so I'm going to start one in this color. This is also mandala. This is Wood Nymph. So Lion Brand Mandala Wood Nymph. So it should work out fast. I just have to actually, do it, and that's fine. So I'm going to do that. So hopefully by next week I'll have that whole cake done. That baby shower is April 3rd. So like I need to really get a move on. My hair. You can tell I always have it up in a bun. Also, I went to go check my eyebrows because I swear I have them, but they just look super duper light on the camera or in pictures. It's really great. So I went to go put on eyebrows just to make sure that they like looked okay. And I had sourdough like all up here. Oh, I can still feel it. I can still feel it. That sourdough all up here and like right here. I do have a bread. I have a loaf rising. I did try, there is a thing that my friend had sent me that if you like shred frozen butter into a sourdough and then like let it laminate while you're doing your folds and stretches, that it turns out being just like a croissant. And we're trying a second time because the first one I was using flour I don't like. So I have King Arthur flour, I have bread flour, I have all purpose, I have unbleached, I have all the different flours. And this particular kind I don't love. It's a King Arthur organic unbleached flour, and the taste is not great. I just don't love it. I was trying to use it up, so it was most of that and then a little bit of all-purpose, and then I think I used too much butter, which is possible. And then when you proof bread in the fridge, it gets a little hard, so that when you cook it, the ear is like down along the bottom. Like if here's your loaf of bread, if it's like warmer, it will crack up here. And it kept popping down here. So also because there's butter, it was soft and doughy and it didn't bake at the same speed that it should have because the inside was all like gooey from the butter. So I was excited. I went and cut it and it was still like, so I had to throw it back in the oven and it was a mess. It was a mess and it's fine. We're fine. I'm going to try it again. The bottom of the Dutch oven was also covered in a layer of butter, which turned into a beautiful, delicious crust because it was soaked in butter. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So we're going to try again, and that's fine. I have all the dogs are just laying, so Pancake just bagelled. Juno's splooted. And we got a little frog dog right here, so that's fun. They're all calm now. That's exciting. Okay, drink of water first, and then we're gonna talk. Those are the 2 yarn things, and then this one, I made this blanket like a million years ago, and I love it. I think it is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's one of my favorite things that I've made. And I don't want to just give it away. I actually like really love this, and I think I'm going to like single crochet this top layer around a dowel, and then I can hang it. I don't know. I've got space, and I was talking to Ryan, and he doesn't care where. Not in the living room. Most of the wall space in the living room is taken up, but like our bedroom or maybe in my yarn room downstairs. It has all this gorgeous fringe, and like, just, it's so pretty. I love this blanket. Maybe I'll think of someone, if someone I really like has a baby this year, but I think I'm going to end up making it into a wall hanging and hanging it. It's pretty. So that's it on yarn stuff. For stitchy stuff, gotta stretch. It's almost to the limit. So I know I told you, like, I'm so excited. I finished my spirit, right? And I didn't bring it. Oh, well, you know, that's actually a good comparison. So I finished this, and I got my tacky board. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to fully finish it. I'm going to mount it. I'm going to do the stuff. I have my magnet. I'm all ready. I got some fabrics, and like, that doesn't look right. Like, that's too bright. I don't like it. That is too, no. I don't love it. I think this will go good for the winter one. This one is actually super cute as little woodland animals, but they're going to be like lost because it's going to be hidden. So I don't know about that. And then this one's pretty, but it's too deep. And then this was sitting on one of my daughter's headbands, and that was pink. And like, I think a light pink would actually work really well. So I think I'm going to see if I have any light pink flannel downstairs that I could possibly finish it with. So once I do that, I will show you. That'll be a next week thing, not a right now thing, not a today thing, but I think I'm going to finish it against pink. So I'll let you know how that endeavor goes. Obviously I did get some little fat quarters of fabric just because, well, I was at Michael's. I wasn't even at Joann's. Everyone should be proud of me. I've gone to Joann's twice, and I've gone and I've squished things and I've picked things up, and I have not bought anything because I don't need to. I just don't need to. I have more than enough yarn. I have plenty of cross stitch stuff. That was also like empty, but like, I'm good. I don't need more things. So good for me. So there's that. That's something that I will finish. I am in a cross stitch exchange. So the Witchy Stitcher has her like Facebook group, and then an offshoot of it in like the COVID times, I think, we had done like a Halloween exchange and then a Yule exchange. And so like there's a separate trousers. We're gonna see if he's gonna go for the cat box. He's also had a touch of the diarrhea, so we want to make sure he gets to go outside if he needs to. I also don't want him eating the other dog's poop. Dogs are so gross. Anyways, so we're doing another exchange periodically. Like someone will be like, hey, let's do one. So I think there's only like 6 of us in it. And this one, I went and picked up 2 different patterns because I was like, it's spring themed. Like, let's see. So I picked these up. They're both Tiny Modernist. So it's Strawberry Cow and Spring Chicken. And honestly, like, I don't love the Strawberry Cow. Like, it's okay. It's okay. But this chicken one I love, and I, before we remodeled our house, like my wallpaper had chickens on it. Like there was like sprigs of flax on the walls, and then up on the top there was chickens. And I meant to cut one out and save it and frame it, and I didn't do that. So I think I'm going to make a second one for me and, frame it and put it maybe like up above one of the lintels or something. So I've done 3 of the colors in here. I'm excited. So you can see like the border's done. I've used all the black, all the gray, and then all of that brown. So beak and some of the splotches. So we're going to take a little break for today. This needs to be shipped out on, I think, April 3rd. So like we're doing okay. I'm using my little sleepy moon cat needle minder, Juno. He's not hurting you. Stop being a butt. She's being a butt. So anyways, I'm doing this using Picture This plus Misty? Mirage. It's Mirage. And there's plenty. So like I could totally do one like right here and still have room for framing and whatever. And I think the pattern's right about 4x4 when done on a 16 count. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm having fun with that. It's really cute. It's only like 2,300 stitches or something like that, which like I mapped it out. So I'm probably like a third of the way done. I will check later. I don't use Pattern Keeper or markup or any of those things. So like I love when people can tell me their stats and all the things that they've done, but like I am a paper charter at this time. That could change, but for now that's what works for me. So there's that. You should be proud of me. I did pull out my like ancient project. So I want to say this is on 14 count. So this is Ingleside Imaginarium's stitch along from 2020. And obviously it was a stitch along. So this is what the frame is supposed to look like. And obviously I went rogue and used my own colors. And then I didn't know what I don't know about leaving borders. So instead of having the whole top where it says Cataluma Bright Sides, catalog for witches familiars, it's just familiars. But I had done all the black because I was like, if I do all the black work, it'll be easy. And then it'll be like coloring it in. And so now I'm going through and doing the white on all of them. So we did the white on the bunny and the cat. And I'm working on did I already do the raven? I'm working on the serpent now. So you can't even tell, it's so funny. Okay, but I'm working on the serpent. So they'll have a lot of like blues and grays, but I'm doing all the white first, which most of them don't have a ton, so it should be fine. But I actually picked it up and I was doing it. Oh my gosh, again, we have to do things for things to get done. So here we are. It's exciting. So we'll hold that up one more time. I'm filling in the whites. So maybe that can be a goal, is have all the white done by next week. TBD. I don't know. I'm on call. I'm the manager on call this weekend. So I could work a whole lot and I could work not at all. I don't know. The time will tell. I do love this needle minder. It makes me so happy. When I pulled this out, I was like, oh, it's the cutest. Cool. So there's that. I am making some progress. So I've been working on my chicken a lot. So I haven't touched my stitch along for the Tiny Modernist. More Tiny Modernist. I'm doing her Fantastical Greenhouse stitch along. So like I've barely touched it. Actually, you know what? It's not barely. It just doesn't look like it. So I am doing the white. You can see, sorry, I'm obviously like working on it. And this one I think no, it's just very long. So I'm working on the frame because it's a greenhouse. So you can see like the arches. So I'm working on the arches right now, but I did get the bottom, a lot of the bottom done. So it just needs to be filled in. So it says, find your happy place, I think is what it's going to say. And then this will have like leaves and whatnot. So I did a lot, and I did have to rip out a couple of parts of that multiple times because I like working from left to right. And because I had ended here, I flipped it upside down. So I flipped it this way. So I was still working, this way to this way. But I did it. I had to rip it out, like I said, a couple of times. And then there's one part where I miscounted and it's fine. I fixed it. It's good. Maybe I'll fill that in today. I think my goal for today, what I'm telling myself is I'm going to finish this part, like the arches, and finish the white because it's half cross all of them. And then I want to finish the other half of this mushroom. So maybe I'll have that as my goal for today, is the mushroom and the white. And then if I'm feeling squirrely, I can do the words. We'll see. But this is fun. I'm enjoying it. Now that I have the hang of 32 count, it's actually like super great. But it was a learning curve. And speaking of those, all right, let me pull up really quick. So I bought a pattern. So Stitch is So Beautiful has a thing where like if you work on one of their patterns, you for every week for a month, you can get that pattern for the month free. So they have one that they're like, this is our pattern for the month. If you work on it, like it's not a competition, it's a challenge, whatever. If you work on something at all, one of their patterns, then you will get that month's pattern free. I don't even know what March's was. I have been meaning to do this. So I did buy one of their patterns, and it's huge. It is this one. It's the Golden Ratio by Sphinx Design Studio, charted by Stitch is so beautiful. So this thing is going to be 16 by 16, and it is 400 stitches by 400. It's actually, let me show you one more time, just because this, so here, this is going to be 16 by 16. It's gorgeous. I'm super excited. There's 125. It's a lot. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do the things. So you have to fill in all of that like color, the black around it. Those are all stitches. So I got the called for. It's 25 count potato, Zweigart. I want to say it's Zweigart. And I've never used 25 count, but because I have now been stitching on 32 count, I was like, oh, this will be easy. So it's Lugana. I got a half yard of the potato, which is what we call the cheese cat. So it's funny. This took me like way longer than it should have to figure out. So I was like, I'm going to do a test stitch. So I did this way. And then I was like, that is way more than 10 stitches. So I was like, okay, maybe it's me. So I tried 1 over 1. So you can see that was 2 strands over 1. And then I was like, let's try 1. Still not right. So I was like, okay, let's change the orientation because they kept slipping. So with it being 25 count, like you have to start it in a specific place. Otherwise the stitches slip under, and I stitch in hand. So my tension, even if I'm just pulling it like snug, not tight, it's slipping under, and it's the most obnoxious thing. And it took me like 30 minutes, and I almost threw the whole man away. I didn't. I figured it out. I tried front, I tried back, I changed, I flipped sides, I changed orientations, and I finally figured it out. So I just pulled this through so that it's parked somewhere. But this is, and my edge is a little wobbly, maybe, but that is a 10 by 10 square. So I finally figured it out. Doing 2 over 1, so a half cross. I'm not going to try to do a full cross, with a called for. So this is going to be a very long running project. I was like, oh, it's easy. I'll just like zone out, and like, I can whip out like 400 stitches easy. Can I? So what frustrates me with this is, so this was fine. Okay. I figured it out, set it aside. I was like, okay, cool. Gonna scream. Didn't scream, but I have another pattern that I really wanted to start the other day. I didn't have the right color, thread to start where I wanted to start, which is fine. And it is really pretty, but it's also going to be kind of large. So it's a Sphinx. I love my Sphinx so much. So I'm like, yay, it's so cute. It kind of looks like her. So I went to go start it. I didn't have the right colors. And then I was like, well, I mean, that's going to be big. It's like 11 by 15 or something. It's a fairly big pattern. And I was like, if the 25 count works, then I'll just do it on 25 count, and that'll be great. No, we're not doing that. We're just not. I have some black splotchy dyed fabric, which I had showed you, and I think I'm just going to use that. I went and got the called for threads. It's all a DMC, so I'm going to just do it on the black. I was having second thoughts because there's lots of light, delicate pinks, but you know what? It'll be fine. We're fine. It's great. So, haven't started that yet. I'm going to. I did start the Golden Ratio. That's, like I said, slow, long slog, and that's okay. So we're going to put that away. We're putting my potato away. But yeah, so like lots of stuff I did actually work on this week. I was going to say today, not today. Only a few things I worked on today. So yeah, I have stuff. I'm excited. I have bread rising. I really want to take a nap. I went out for dinner with some friends last night, and I had some pozole. The pozole was really good. So this place, like, I never know with Mexican places, like, if it'll actually be, like, good or not. And it was, like, good, authentic flavor. So that was awesome. But we ate all of the things. So, like, we had ceviche and we had pozole, and we had different types of potatoes. And I got nopales with mushrooms, which were really good. And I've just been, me and Trousers have been the gassiest gusses to ever live today. So it's been fun. Yay! I could just talk forever, but we're going to not do that. So hopefully by the time I see you next week, I will have my chicken done. I will have my mushrooms done. I'll have some progress done. I've got 17 days before I would like to be done with this before the next part comes out. So that's kind of been my focus, but also like I have to send this chicken out. So maybe I'll do like a little shorty and show you guys what I send in my box. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to cross stitch some more. I hope you are doing super great, and I will talk to you later. Bye.